It's something homeowners can pay monthly for, but do you need it? One woman claims her home warranty is a scam after she was never offered to look at her contract prior to signing it. She's now out $1,000 after her home warranty didn't cover her hot water heater. I talked with the BBB to share tips on what you need to look out for. As a homeowner, it helps to know if something breaks, you're covered. Home warranties make that promise, especially if that something costs thousands. Linda Russi purchased one, but now she wishes she never did.
It's that old saying, you know, if it sounds too good to be true, there you are. It's not good.
She bought a home warranty 2 years ago. The sales rep told her that for $42 a month, everything would be covered. But when her hot water heater went out, she found out it's not covered.
I checked on the claim and they said, oh yeah, it was approved, everything's fine. You're going to get $225. And that didn't sit well. And we had words.
The cost for the replacement is more than $1,200. Plus, Linda claims she never got to read her contract prior to signing up. She just went on the sales rep's word.
When I called with the problem, I'm told, well, if you go to your contract to Chapter 8, Paragraph 1, and they start reading all this stuff, and I'm hollering, I don't have to go to that. You're supposed to pay for it. And no, that's not the way it works.
The Better Business Bureau says make sure you always read the fine print.
They refuse to give you the contract as to what's covered and what's not. Do not proceed with that company. If they only want to give you verbal items, you have nothing to back up your claim if one is filed as to why the home warranty company should cover a particular item compared to what they claim they won't cover.
It's an insult. It's really an insult. It's kind of like they're laughing at me for being so stupid. That's the way I feel. It almost makes you feel like someone broke into your home and you've been violated.
The BBB says, again, make sure you get the contract and read the fine print if you're signing up for a home warranty. It also says make sure you do your research. Google them, look at BBB reviews of the company, and finally, just ask. Make sure you ask, get it in writing, what's covered and what's not before you start paying that company. Factfinder sitting down with the Better Business Bureau to keep you up to date on all of the latest scams, and we're sitting down with Josh Planos with the BBB today. And Josh, this is something we've talked about a lot here with Factfinder, gift card scams. You know, a lot of people use them, especially we just had the holidays, but scammers also are using them to steal people's money. So what are some of the red flags that people need to be aware of if they're going to buy or use a gift card?
So it's right there in the name, right? These are meant to be gifts. So anytime someone is asking for a gift card as a mode of payment for any sort of product, assuming that it's not for that retailer in question, that should set off some red flags. Typically, scammers turn to these products because those transactions are irreversible. So that money is not coming back once it has been sent to a scammer, unlike, say, paying for counterfeit goods with a credit card, which, of course, has some built-in fraud protection. So it is a very popular gift around the holidays and in the months following, but it's also a gift that carries some confusion with the advent of digital cards, and it's a mode of payment that's difficult to police, which makes it the perfect transactional figure for a scammer.
And then also, Josh, you know, we've seen it with a couple of people who have called into us, you know, government agencies, Apple, big companies, they're not going to go and ask the consumer, hey, go buy this gift card for me, right?
Right. Everybody respects a badge, right? So anytime a scammer can impersonate somebody that you respect, someone who has power or influence over you, they immediately start that conversation with either you on your heels or you giving them a certain amount of respect, which is precisely where they want to be. But no, law enforcement agencies do not request gift cards as forms of payment for anything. So anytime someone, regardless of whether or not they're pretending to be a cop or or an employee for the IRS, anytime they're asking for gift cards as that form of payment, you should hang up the phone. You should cease communication with that person because that is not a legitimate request.
And then also the BBB does a yearly scam study. And what did this year's scam study find in relation to gift card scams?
Yeah, so we actually wrote an original scam study in 2021, which at the time found that gift cards had been the most popular holiday item for 14 consecutive years. And that popularity only increased when the pandemic hit. Unfortunately, we are seeing an incredible volume of reports involving gift card scams. Those reports were up 50% in 2023 relative to 2022. So we did then release a comprehensive scam study update to tackle the advent of digital gift cards, which of course are incredibly popular nowadays. So it's something that's probably never been more prevalent than it is right now. And it's something that's likely not going away because of how enticing it is for a scammer, knowing that they can make away with a quick payday.
And then, Josh, if someone unfortunately falls for this scam, is all hope lost, or what should they immediately do?
All hope is not lost. It's essential, though, that you report as quickly as possible. Report to the company in question if you purchased that gift card from, say, Walmart or a popular retailer. Please let them know. These companies want to know that something out there is happening, that their products and services are being used by scammers or by folks with predatory tactics. Report that information to the Better Business Bureau. That way we can alert the public or work with respective law enforcement agencies if it graduates to that degree and involves a clear monetary loss. But you want to make sure that you're not going quiet. The only person you're ever protecting when you go quiet is the perpetrator. So please make a lot of noise. Make that report as quickly as possible.
All right, Josh Plano's good information. Thank you.
Thank you.
At the time, we thought that he probably ran away somewhere.
What was your reaction when you got the DNA results back?
I was totally convinced that that was my uncle that they found.
Cold cases are heating up thanks to a new technology. It's giving investigators a new look at cases and families of missing loved ones new hope for closure. That's next on Factfinder Investigates.